Hello, everybody, and welcome to this virtual world session. My name is Nabil El-Mernik. I'm head of BI Intelligence Center at Societe Generale. To start with me, I'm doing data stuff for a long time, maybe 18 years, and I will be your host for this session named How Societe Generale Empower Business Users with Microstrategy. During this session, I will tell you how we deal with self-service BI at Societe Generale, what are the main challenges. But before we begin, let me give you some general information about Societe Generale and highlight some key figures about how we use MicroStrategy. As you may already know, Societe Generale is one of the leading banks in Europe and a very important international banking institution in France. We have more than 29 million clients and 140,000 staff in 62 countries around the globe. Let's take a look to our MicroStrategy platform. I think we have maybe one of the biggest one in Europe. Our platform provides around 24,000 end users, including sales, financial, marketing, and risk analysis, with access to diverse data sources for enterprise mass reporting, detailed analytics, predefined dashboards, and self-service capabilities. MicroStrategy is used to provide consistent business data and a common view for all users, provide timely and actionable insights to respond to business requirements. We have data coming from different directions. With MicroStrategy, we put it together, we analyze, visualize very easily the data, and then create a story that gives a 360 degrees of our business. At Societe Generale, we have three different strategies. On the top, you can see our corporate and traditional BI model used for mass reporting. This is centralized reporting and predefined dashboards based on one single version of truth. In this case, system is mainly driven by IT guys. With the 100 governed model, the data is fed to an IT team that they construct data pipelines from the data source and put it into a central data warehouse. While there are advantages to this, it's more secure, for example, there are also a lot of disadvantages. The delivery cycle is very slow and completely controlled by IT, with even minor changes possibly taking months to implement. As business users require more flexibility and increased efficiency, relying entirely on IT is no longer a profitable solution. In order to manage large amounts of data at a minimal cost, self-service methods are necessary. However, this does not come without risk. As a way to mitigate the risk, companies are increasingly learning toward well-governed self-service models that combine the necessary speed and flexibility of self-service model with the required accuracy and security that comes from governance. At Societe Generale, we split self-service into two different areas, the governed self-service and the tactical one. Customer experience is more digitally driven, requiring insights to deliver personalized experiences and services. In order to achieve this, information derived from data must be acquired quickly. This means that businesses cannot rely on inflexible IT solutions. They must employ self-service BI tactics to accommodate the increased need for information and data on demand. Due to the specific challenges associated with self-service BI, organizations must employ adequate level of governance without relying on the rigid restriction present in models that are 100% governed. To be successful, governed self-service needs a software which supports different set of features and capability for different level of users. I think one of the best way to balance governance and self-service is through MicroStrategy. I really like this slide, not only because I designed it, but also because it gives a big picture of the self-service BI journey and a good description of the role and responsibilities of each type of users during the process. Let's move forward and see what are the main roles for each type of users. In this model, the IT team will build the data pipeline from ETL from the various source systems to the data warehouse or data lake. On top of this data warehouse, IT will build the semantic data model along with the help of a super business users. To build the joins, dimension, and metric in the semantic layer, IT developers need the help of the business power users. who understand the data and the business requirements. IT plus power users work together to build what I call a hyper dataset. This kind of dataset hides the complexity of data. Most of the time, super dataset will have all the attributes and metrics for a specific business need. For example, this dataset will have all the attributes, metrics, calculated formula fields necessary for marketing analysis, for example. This dataset is certified by both IT and power users and can be used as primary data sources for reports and dashboards. Most of the time, this dataset can be cached for high performance using intelligence cubes. At last but not least, the end user is the consumer of the data and make decisions based on the analysis provided to them. Sometimes they could also learn the tool, but I think that this kind of users should focus on business and take decisions using the data. In tactical self-service BI model, users are completely free to analyze and visualize the data. They can take the data, create their own dataset. Using Microstrategy dossier, our users can wrangle the data and create very quickly and very easily dashboards and insights. This kind of approach has two advantages. First of all, it's cheap, as business users bypass IT process. It's agile, very quick, but most of the time it's dirty. Let's see how we can transform the tactical self-service BI to a win-win approach. First of all, you can create a separate infrastructure with strong governance rules. You can limit the number of users, the size of cubes, and you should use tools such as platform analytics to understand how your users use the platform. You also need to avoid access to production environment. You can allow users to work only on data lab, but with low workload. Number two, create a strong partnership with users. This can be done by having a dedicated team that work very closely with end users. This team should train the users, gives dashboards templates, gives best practice, and help the users in their data exploration. You can, for example, create a self-BI community to build a trusted and strong relationship with users. Number three, anticipate governed self-service BI needs. This strong and trusted relationship between IT and business users will help you to promote dashboard from tactical to governed self-service BI. Most of the time, we use tactical self-service when the data is new and not understood yet. It needs further data discovery and analysis from business users to understand which part of the data is useful. As soon as the data is identified and it is determined that the analysis of this data is needed for long-term, then a new long-term data model for this data is needed, and we can move from tactical to governed self-service BI. Let's see how our self-service BI team helps users at each step of their data exploration. Most of the time, self-service BI journeys start with a business ID. For example, marketing team would like to analyze the customer journey. The business and the self-service BI team work together to understand the need and validate the request. Then a new MicroStrategy project dedicated to this use case is created in our lab environment. The project is set with the right governance rules according to the business user requirement. Depending to the level of maturity of the end users, a complete training program is proposed to the users. After this training, users can explore the data using your MicroStrategy dossier, and they are free to create their own dataset visualization. The self-BI team monitor and optimize the system. Then, at the end of the data exploration, the dashboards can be promoted from the data lab to the governed environment or can be removed. To conclude this session, I would like to highlight the main challenges with self-service BI. First, data quality. Data quality is one of the biggest challenges you have to face when you deploy self-service at scale. It's crucial to identify data quality issue and develop plan to improve quality over time. Number two, monitoring. Self-service BI enable business users to become more self-reliant and less dependent on the IT and BI team. From data discovery and data preparation to querying, data visualization and reporting. Self-service BI gives more power to the end users, but trust is good, control is better. So you should be able to know exactly what the user are doing on your platform. And MicroStrategy is so unique in this area and give a lot of metrics and dashboards, helping the BI team to have a perfect picture of the BI platform. Number three, strong partnership between IT and users. Deploying a new technology or initiating a new program needs significant training and change management. This is especially true with self-service BI and analytic initiatives, which means business team and users need to be involved from day one. The plan needs to ensure that business teams are committed and motivated to make the program successful. BI managers and business leaders need to ensure there is time and budget for onboarding and hand-holding as needed. On the top of that, IT should support and advise the end users, giving them the right level of training. This training and onboarding process should emphasize how business team can use the insights generated by the business intelligence tool to meet the organization goals of the self-service BI program. Number four, use the right BI platform. I think that MicroStrategy is unique in self-service BI area. Dossier is a strong self-service application that allows not just end users to consume analytics on every device, but also allows analysts to create and share content. MicroStrategy self-service BI capability helps Societe Generale to make business users more agile, helps to drive adoption, and give us the capability to share trusted data without silos. Well, it was an overview of how Societe Generale empowers business users with MicroStrategy. Thank you, everybody. Much appreciate your attendance.